Aw. Look out. Nope. Okay, he's doing some damage here. Yeah, you just bit him right in his rump. King Dorephan sends his regards as I poke him in his armpit. Hey guys, it's Anime K Swimming Bird, and welcome to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch. This is part 26, so if you missed any episodes so far, please check out the description to get caught up. Last time we arrived in Zora's domain to learn about all the troubles caused by the divine beast Varuta, that giant angry elephant that we're going to go confront. Now, Link here has lost most of his memories, of course, so he doesn't really remember the Zora, but they definitely remember him. They're very long-lived, so a lot of them were around 100 years ago, and they are not too happy with him about what happened with their champion, Lady Mipha. So, King Dorephan, one of the few that seems to be on our side, gave us a nice welcome back gift, this Zora armor, and we are going to use that to try to figure out what happened to his daughter, Princess Mipha, as well as stop this constant downpour of rain that has been just bombarding this region for quite a while now, and making these Zora super depressed. So we're gonna help him out. Before we leave, let's talk to Groove here, our buddy from the tower. We're looking more and more like a little Zora ourselves with this cool shield and everything. Diving is beauty! Hey, it's you! It is my observation that a person's true colors shine the brightest when they dive freely into the waves. Congratulations on the new Zora armor. It is most impressive indeed. Wearing the Zora armor, even a Hylian like you can climb a waterfall and get back up here in no time at all. That said, if you don't mind me asking, would you please show me your true colors as you dive into the water? You can dive headfirst from here into the water below. It would be true beauty made flesh. Please consider. Okay, I'll do it as long as you back up a little bit, you creep. No. Made flesh. So we're going to dive off here. This really brings me back to Ocarina of Time. The dive is very similar from Zora's domain all those years ago. Blinding brightness! Radiant beauty! Okay, now climb the waterfall and then meet me back here. So now that we can get back up easily, it's not so risky to just dive off and have to make your way around. Not necessarily dangerous, but time-consuming if you don't have the Zora armor. So I'm going to grab this cool spear that we just found. I think I'm going to get rid of the lightning rod that we've been holding on to, because that doesn't last very long. But now we have a silver scale spear. The most skilled Zora fighters wield this one, and it looks cooler than the one we're currently using, so I'm going to swap to that. It's got a crescent fish at the end. Grab a crab, and let's get going here. There's a chest out there, but I think it only has 5 ice arrows. We have over 50, so I'm not going to sweat it. And let's get back to our main goal. So as soon as you get close to a waterfall with the Zora armor on the chest piece, we hit A, and we can swim upward like a salmon running from a bear. Just go straight up the waterfall and blast off. Fantastic! Can you feel that? My soul is on fire. It's pulsating with beauty. You showed me something truly special. Thank you so much. Now then, come over here real quick. Yeah, maybe we're looking too much like a Zora. Groove seems to be dropping some hints here. Ah, diving is beauty, of course. That was amazing. I saw your dive and waterfall climb with my own lucky eyes, and now those very eyes are flooded with tears of joy. Might be the rain. Yes, I must thank you somehow. Oh, thank you. Those seeds that we could get from the shrine over there. I appreciate any extra food, though, with the battle ahead. Oh, I feel emotionally ravaged after that. It's not every day I get to see a diving form as beautiful as yours, you know. And I'll be looking forward to your next dive. I really will. Okay, so we completed that quest. Let's dive on down here. So we got to talk to the advisor to the king, Muzu. He's got a plan to help us confront the divine beast. We're just going to climb right on up here. There we go. Love you, Lady Mipha. So let's talk to him. Sidon's down here as well. And we're going to get a little bit of drama. Muzu definitely does not like us like a lot of the elders from around here.
You came all the way here, but it was in vain. I have no desire to speak with you.
Listen well, Muzu, there is something you need to know. He who stands here, the man called Link, is the one whom my sister Mipha had feelings for. I was only a child then, so I did not know it myself at the time, but it is so. I grew up hearing my father tell stories, some of which were about my sister's undying love for a Hylian named Link. What? No. He can't believe it. Maybe he loved her. I don't know. He was her teacher, so hopefully not.
You cannot fool me with such a fanciful lie. Not this Zora.
This weird Zora that looks like some type of stingray or he's probably a type of shark as well.
How could Lady Mipha possibly have feelings for a Hylian like him? The facts are clear. He remembers nothing, even when he looks upon Lady Princess Mipha's statue. Her proper title.
It is the truth, Muzu. Though you never knew it, he was ever in Mipha's heart. And you can tell by a certain something we're sporting. So we're going to gaze into her beautiful, lifeless, luminous eyes. She doesn't have pupils or anything, but still a very nicely carved statue by the artisans here. And we're going to have a little bit of a memory to learn more about Lady Mipha. So here we go.
I was thinking, this reminds me of the time we first met. You were just a reckless child, always getting yourself hurt at every turn. Every time, I would heal you, just as I'm doing right now. I thought it was funny how, being a Hylian, you looked grown up so much faster than I did. I was always willing to heal your wounds, even back then. So if this Calamity Ganon does in fact return, what can we really do? We just don't seem to know much about what we'll be up against. But know this, that no matter how difficult this battle might get, if anyone ever tries to do you harm, then I will heal you. No matter when or how bad the wound, I hope you know that I will always protect you. Once this whole thing is over, maybe things can go back to how they used to be when we were young. You know, perhaps we could spend some time together.
So we got some shades of Rudo from Ocarina of Time. Speaking of parallels with that game, there's a little bit of a love interest between a boy and a fish lady. What is the matter, Link? Are you unwell?
You are quivering like a hatchling. Whatever is the matter?
Mipha, I remember. Oh.
What? Do not mistake me for a fool, Hylian. There is no way you remembered her just now when it is most convenient. Who's writing this? In any case, without any solid proof, I cannot possibly take you at your word. If you have any such proof, now is the time to show it. Do so, and I shall tell you how to get those shock arrows. Yes, as well as anything else you wish to know.
Sidon is one step ahead. Clever prince. Have you truly not figured it out yet? Simply take a closer look at what Link is wearing.
You really think changing your clothes is going to make me... Eh? What in the... That is the Zora armor from before! Lady Mipha made that by hand, and yet it fits you perfectly. What is the meaning of this?
Now you understand, do you not? Now you know who her heart belonged to and who she made the special armor for. The fact that this armor fits Link perfectly should be proof enough that Mipha made it for him and him alone. You have always disliked Hylians, even before the Great Calamity. That is why Mipha never told you. Now that you know, you must promise to help him save us all, Muzu. Please, tell us where we can find the shock arrows we need. Knowing you, I bet you've already figured it out. Butter works, or no, honey works better on this fish fly.
I never would have imagined she would make that special armor for one such as he.
Oh. Yeah, I think it probably is just the relationship between a prized pupil, a ruler, and her advisor, but I think she's so beautiful within Zora culture that everyone kind of loved her.
I do not approve of asking for help from a Hylian, but I suppose it is our only option at this point. I am a proud Zora. That means I must take responsibility for my unwarranted behavior toward you. As promised, I shall tell you where you can collect as many shock arrows as you will need.
There we go. That's where we're headed.
That tall mountain over yonder, it is called Ploymus Mountain, and there you will also find Shatterback Point. That terrifying creature has made its home up there. This awful beast shoots volley after volley of shock arrows. Even a single one could be fatal to a Zora.
Aha! You must mean that Lynel. He is a man-beast, that one. That beast does indeed wield shock arrows. That is certainly one way to collect them quickly. He is vicious, to be sure, but I am certain Link will rise to the challenge. Plus, he did it already.
In order to appease the divine beast, I estimate that you will need at least 20 shock arrows.
He just happened to choose one more than the amount I have, but that's just a coincidence.
Do you think you can gather that many?
Why do you still doubt him, Muzu? I have no doubt he will be triumphant. Okay, Link, let's get moving. The fastest way to Ploymus Mountain is to ascend the waterfall east of the domain. That Zora armor should come in handy. Just swim to the waterfall basin and then go up the waterfall from there. I'll wait at East Reservoir Lake, right by the Divine Beast. Gather at least 20 shock arrows and then come join me. I'm on it. Wonderful! Together we shall stop that Divine Beast's onslaught. I'm with you. Sidon just makes me, he's got a great way of inspiring you to get excited about no matter, what you're up against. So I think it's another good reason why this is one of my favorite areas in the game. All right, Muzu. See you later, buddy.
If you want shock arrows, you should go to Ploymus Mountain. There resides a vicious beast there, a Lynel, that is known to frequently shoot shock arrows.
Though be warned, if you go, I cannot guarantee you will survive. All right, so we're headed that way. I'm going to actually throw some markers down because we got a couple lakes here, referencing the Indigo Goes from Majora's Mask, Macau Lake, Lulu Lake, but over here, Toto Lake. This is the one that we want to head to because we did hear that legend on I think it was on one of those slates that told the Zora history about the helm for the armor. So we're going to try to complete the Zora armor set today, and let's talk to La Flat here. She was deep in thought before, but now she's got a quest for us. Hello, you are Link, right? Why do you ask? Prince Sidon ran off through the eastern gate. He was shouting something like, "I'm off to stop the divine beast. Link the Hylian is coming with me." I assume that means you're going up Ploymus Mountain in search of shock arrows. Yes. If so, I have a request that is somewhat related. Oh, we're gonna get a nice sweep around. Whoop, there we go. All the way at the peak there. There's a red-maned monster called a Lynel that lives on Ploymus Mountain. I really need a picture of a Lynel. It can be a picture of any red-maned Lynel, not just the one on the mountain. So what do you say? Can you get me a picture of a Lynel? Understood. We happen to have one already from our first fight. I am glad that was settled so quickly. See, there's this fool in the domain who goads people into jumping off of Shatterback Point on Ploymus Mountain. It's an incredibly dangerous jump, and this guy pressures people into jumping off by questioning their courage. He's a real bottom feeder. If this keeps up, someone is surely going to wind up horribly injured. I need a picture of a Lynel to show everyone how scary they are. That way, maybe people will stop going up there. Does that answer your question, Link? I'll leave the details to you. Just bring me a picture of a Lynel so I can describe them in terrible detail. Thank you. So yeah, we already have one because we took one before to be able to track them. So let's use that. Oh, Link, how is that Lynel mission coming along? I have your picture. Oh, wow, please show me. So that's an easy way to do it if you happen to go for that one memory near Lineru Road there. Wah! My apologies. That sound was not very dignified, was it? But pardon me, I'm all better now. That Lynel, how terrifying. One look at this, and I doubt anyone would get any reckless ideas about visiting Ploymus Mountain. Can you send me that? My email? No. No one else has this Sheikah slate, so thank you. I'll tell the children of the domain about this. Maybe that will scare them away from the mountain. Oh, right, now for your reward. And there we go, one of the better quest rewards. These greaves have been passed down among the Zora for generations. Have been said they're crafted from dragon scales, equip them to swim faster. And these Zora greaves were once made by skilled craftsmen by order of an ancient Zora king. Now they're fairly common. As you may know, East Reservoir Lake was created in a collaboration between Hylians and the Zora. After East Reservoir Lake was finished, we made Zora greaves as a token of friendship for Hylians who came to visit. But over time, the number of Hylians visiting the domain dwindled, and my father had to close his armor shop. These Zora greaves were here were the last pair left in the stockroom when we closed up shop. Wearing these, even a Hylian can swim as well as a Zora. That said, these would be wasted on me. They are only useful for a Hylian like you. Please take good care of them. So there we go. Completely completed that quest super quick, but if you want a little bit of danger, we can go, try to take another picture while we're there. But look, we are almost full Zora here, other than my bow and my hood. So we're going to try to complete this set as we head all the way up to that cliff. It looks so far away, but actually isn't. Oh wait, it's even farther. There it is. It looks farther than it is. We're gonna be up there in no time flat because we can swim up these waterfalls. Otherwise, it would be very tough to get up there because you can't climb very well in this rain. Uh-oh. Segan's here, one of the old goats of the Zora patriarchy.
Yo, Link. Though I lack the shock arrows needed for the job, I am on my way to take on the Divine Beast Faruta all by myself. Do not try to stop me, Link.
It's too dangerous.
Ah, what did you say? I, Segan, used to strike fear into the hearts of demons just by setting foot into the battlefield. Stopping the Divine Beast Faruta will be simpler than taking a fish from a baby. No trouble at all, I say. Still, according to my fortune today, I should be cautious of injury. In light of that, I think it would be for the best if I call it a day.
It's getting late anyways. Have a good sleep. Yes, sir. East Gate is all clear, sir. I think Gaddison here might be one of the higher-ups in the guards, because I remember hearing about her. Oh, well, if it isn't Master Link, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? We used to play together all the time. That was 100 years ago. My name is Gaddison. That Hylian that Prince Sidon brought here, don't tell me that was you, Master Link. And what's more, you don't seem to have changed much in the last 100 years. But I shouldn't be making idle chit-chat just now. I'm supposed to be fulfilling my officially appointed duty by keeping watch at the East Gate. I must maintain my surveillance of the East Reservoir Lake. We can chat later. Okay, goodbye. We are off on our quest. So we got a couple things to do here. And we're going to get sight of another region as we make our way to Toto Lake. So eventually we're going to go over that way if we want to meet up with Sidon, but we're taking the shortcut to Ploymus Mountain here. But yeah, I do really like this set. We have a bit of swim speed up. We're almost maxed out if we get that helm. Definitely helps us get around a little easier. And on top of that, it's just, useful for other areas as well. I think my pet peeve that I probably mentioned before with some of the other Zelda games, the older ones in the series, especially as we were getting on towards like Twilight Princess and stuff, it felt like there were a lot of items and different pieces of equipment that were useful for maybe one area or so, and then you would leave that, or like the spinner from Twilight Princess or certain things like that, they'd be useful for a bit, and then you would never really use them all that often, or they were used in very specific locations. Whereas the Zora armor set here, it is used to specifically get up these waterfalls, but at the same time, it's just nice having extra swim ability, and when we get the set bonus for this, it's even better, so we're gonna try to get that soon here. So we have one more waterfall we can head up, just trying to make sure we're not missing anything of interest as we go around. Ooh, I spot a big old hardy radish. These are one of the best pieces of food until we can start finding more durians easily. And ooh, we got a little bit more of Zora history here as we make our way up the mountain. History of the Zora, Addendum 2, Prince Sidon's Great Escape. I'd watch that if that was a movie or a show. There was once a great Octorok in Hateno Bay, large as a mountain, which terrorized the village's fishers. Hearing of their distress, Prince Sidon went forth to personally eliminate the offending Octorok. But this Octorok was a tricky beast. After the prince dodged one of the stones it spat, it inhaled him whole. Such had been the fate of many strong warriors who went to slay the Octorok. No, not one had come back alive. Just as it seemed Prince Sidon could be counted among them, the giant Octorok twisted in pain. The tip of a silver scale spear, much like the one we're holding, pierced the Octorok's stomach from within, revealing itself as the source of the beast's agony. Incredibly, Prince Sidon had fought his way out by stabbing his spear over and over into the monster's stomach. Jeez. Unable to bear the pain, the Octorok coughed up the prince and scrambled to escape. Ever since, the fishers of Hateno Bay have passed down this heroic tale, the prince who slew the fell Octorok. So there we go. There's a bunch of those little pieces of history that are really nice to learn about the area, get some extra lore, but on top of that, there is a quest to find all 10 of them. I believe there's 10. And if we do that, we'll get a little bit of extra money from one of the Zoras, the older ones. All right, so we are making our way up here, and we are almost to the summit already, if you can believe it. It's crazy how fast we got up here, and you can tell that we're getting close because, couldn't catch it, we got shock arrows stuck in the tree here, so we're getting close. It's also getting dark, so we might actually head over to the side and get the helm before we go bother with the summit. So yeah, over here, I think I have a marker set. Yep, we can kind of make our way down, and we'll be cautious because there are enemies lurking about, but I'm gonna make my way over to the lake, and you can see that is the Akkala region over there. If we look far enough, you might be able to spot, I think it's over this way more. There's another lab way off in the distance, and that's Robbie's lab. We got a quest to go visit him. Pura kind of hinted that we need to head over there, but we'll be doing that a while later. There's a shrine. I think so we're gonna get a little taste of Akkala before we leave here, because this feels like too good of an opportunity to pass up. We can just kind of glide down to that shrine and get some good stuff that is gonna help us out in this fight ahead with the dreaded Lynel. And speaking of that too, you don't actually have to fight the Lynel if you don't want to. I really like the amount of different options you have, because if we wanted to, we could just sneak around and get the shock arrows. We actually have enough now already just by going up here a little bit. We have 22 and you only need 20, so we could just completely bypass that. If you're terrified of Lynels, that is an option, but we are going to confront it and have a thrilling battle, because that is more exciting. But here we go. Yeah, if you go over to Toto Lake, there's the hint about looking towards one of the lakes and trying to find this hidden chest. And there we go. We got the Zora helm. And if we have this on, we can do the spin attack when we're in the water, and we get extra swim speed. So let's just complete the whole set. And look at us. We are full Zora. I need to replace that bow, and then we'll be even cooler looking. And we can dye this if we want to look like Prince Sidon. We could dye it to a nice red color and look like a mini version of him. So let's head on through here, and if I hit Y, I can do a spin attack and blast into some carps. Nighttime, so we got some more plants and different things to grab. All right, so before we leave here, we're gonna dive down there. Like I mentioned, that shrine, it's too good to pass up to go hit that now. We gotta be a little careful though. There is a what is that? Oh, it's just a nice shine. There's some cool water effects, but sometimes it makes me think there's luminous stones around. Let's see if I can kind of avoid that Lizalfos and any unnecessary fights here. We don't get gored by a boar on the way over. So yeah, Akkala is one of my favorite areas as well, because it does have this kind of permanent fall look to it. We might not get to see too much of it because it's definitely super rainy still. Pretty sure I saw it. Yep, there we go. This little creepy guy hanging out on the mountain here. And you can see that the tower is actually pretty close by, but we're not going to bother with that because it is a bit of a trek. We're going to go straight to this shrine over here. So I'm just going to dive right off, and we have tons of stamina, so we should be able to make it over. But you get a little whirlwind tour of the region, and the rain should hopefully clear up here as we get out of this area. There we go. It's already starting to dry up. It's just the Zora's Domain area that is affected by the Divine Beast spraying water all over the place. But yeah, lots of plains here. This is a great place to go on horseback, and that is my plan. I think I'm going to eventually ride in here on my horse and try to explore that way. But we're going to take a quick dip down to this shrine, and then if you look over the edge of that cliff there, just to the right, you should be able to spot something very familiar. But we'll get to that in a second here. I think there's some bokoblin riders and stuff off in the distance, so we'll be a little careful. Getting lots of Korok seeds as we go. I need a decent amount to get that last upgrade from Hestu, so I'm going to try to hit all these as we go. Here we are. Turn my back, and as soon as you do, Beanface shows up. There we go. I love getting these huge vistas where we can just kind of see, like, there's a shrine over there, there's a crazy swirl over there. It's just very nice to get out of the rain after all that. This is the Da Hesho Shrine. Some of the stuff I want to mention with that cutscene, but I don't want to talk in the middle of it. I really love the champions. All have really nice themes. The Rito champion probably has my favorite, but Mipha's is a really peaceful, bittersweet sort of. It's got this cute, beauty to it, like Mipha, but it also has a bit of sadness to it and everything. And her being a champion, Link being the Hylian champion, the one who's destined to take down Calamity Ganon, it feels like even if there was something there romantically, it couldn't really happen, so there's a sadness to that. And yeah, it's just nice to see some of that echoed in the music. There's a really good soundtrack. I know multiple composers worked on this, and one of them worked on the Animal Crossing series, which is cool, so it feels like we get some really nice peaceful music. Even if it's used pretty minimally in this game, when the music does come in, it has a good amount of impact. Okay, so we got a minor test of strength here. Should be pretty easy to take it down, but I don't want to underestimate any of these scouts because they can still just immediately blast into you like they like to do. Yep, there he goes. Hey, buddy, don't do any funny stuff. I'll hit you with a very pointy, sharp fish. We should be able to take him down quick. He's gonna go into spin mode here if we're not careful. There we go. Yeah, I was just thinking about that little cutscene. Also, the way before the divine beasts are corrupted, they are controlled by the champions, and it has that little twinge of the fact that Mipha is in control of it. So we saw Varuta lift up Link and Mipha on its trunk. That was really sweet. It reminded me of like Little Mermaid or something. It is a mermaid sort of situation with the Zora, but it was just funny. I was expecting the music to come in, and it's like he's stiffish or something, but we do have the romantic tension there going on with a giant elephant kind of playing wingman and setting the romantic mood. Okay, we got a new weapon here. I think we've had a more complicated version of this, but this is an ancient battle axe. And what can we get rid of? Because we got a lot of stuff here. Probably don't need this spear because it's not all that strong. We got a better version, of course. So we're gonna take those gears and head on out. There we go. One more shrine down. I'm keeping my eyes open. We did have a Zora bow, I think, at one point, but we might have broke it because it was just so cool looking. I couldn't resist using it. All right, so let's grab this and head on out. A couple more things I want to do in Akkala before we leave. A giant ancient core. It's a giant energy crystal made using lost ancient technology. Cores this large are an extremely rare find. A researcher would probably know how to use this. So, speaking of Robbie, and they're gonna be useful later on. We're collecting all these Guardian parts. We haven't done much with them yet, and it might be tempting to sell them for extra rupees because they are a bit more valuable. Especially these cores, I think, are worth a couple hundred rupees a piece. But they are super rare. There is a chance that the cores will drop from some of the big old Guardian stalkers and things, but they're pretty rare, so good to hold on to whatever ones you can find. And pretty soon here, once we get through this area, I think I'm going to head back and we'll go get the upgrade to my stasis, because I do have the normal core requirement of 3 to do that. But yeah, there's so much related to Guardians in this region, but I'll only allude to it a little bit. I don't want to spoil it or anything. So we're gonna head back to Akkala again later. But before we leave, there's 2 places down there. You can see there's a house to the left. But before we get to that, I'm gonna glide down, and this should look pretty familiar. A big old cactus with some glowy mushroom caps around it. It is another great fairy just waiting for us. Oh, speaking of which, let's just completely swap out mid-flight. I'm gonna get my stealth armor here, and then we'll kind of glide down a little easier to grab this stuff. Oh, we got a Korok. There we go. 1, 2, where's 5? 5 is missing. I don't see it. It's got to be around here close somewhere, right? Where did they hide it? Keep my eye open, but I'm not too worried. Unless it's like up in the, Yep, it is in the tree. Should have known, these little tricksters. Another bean face. All right, let's go. Go grab some fairies. Got an extra seat, I wasn't expecting to grab that, so here we go. That's a plus. And as long as we're not running it, we should be able to just grab all these fairies easily. I was down to 2, so that means, once you start to get down a little lower on your fairy allotment, that's when they start to show up again. But you only can really have 5 or 6 unless you really, kind of do some tricky business to get more of them to show up. So we're never going to be completely safe in battle, but it is nice to have a couple extras, especially with a Lynel fight ahead. Okay. Here we go. Get ready to be creeped out again.
Boy, sweet boy, please listen to my story.
Sure.
I am the great fairy Mija. This place was once a beautiful spring, but as time passed, fewer and fewer travelers arrived to offer me rupees. As a result, my powers abandoned me. I'm nearly powerless now, so I beg your help. I need rupees to become whole again. All I need is 500 rupees.
So the cost has gone up.
Once my power's been restored, I can help you do great things, boy. Now, if you have rupees, hand them over to me quickly. In order for me to regain my power, I need 500 rupees.
Here you go. Just don't snatch my arm off. Jeez. A little scary, but we got the rupees.
Thank you. You are too kind. The power. It's overflowing.
And of course, not as scary, well, maybe more scary than she sounds. Before the cactus opens, we got a beautiful blue, purple flower here. And look at that hair. The Great Fairies all have very unique hairstyles. Beautiful in their own right, but maybe not for me. And they have those giant fairy wing earrings that are kind of popular, or little guards or whatever they're called, jewelry. So you're the one who released me? I was expecting someone bigger, I guess. But a slim little lad like you will do just fine, yes. Okay, let's get our stuff upgraded. Thanks to you, my power has been returned to me. And I think you'll agree a good deed deserves a good reward. I can enhance your clothing, but I require the necessary materials to do it. With the powers available to me, I can enhance your clothing a fair amount. So now it's better than a little bit. Enhance away. So we got lots of stuff to enhance. We're going to start with my Zora set, because it only takes Lizalfos horns. Kind of alluding to the fact that there's that big war between the Lizalfos and the Zora, which I think we heard about. I'm trying to remember if we found that that little stone story. I love I think they're cuckoos or something on the side there, the golden birds on the side of the fountain. But I think we have enough materials to actually get to level 2, so we get to see a new animation. The first one here, she just hits you right in the face with that fairy dust, which is, in the rain, is even worse. It's gonna stick to us like being tarred and feathered or something. But yeah, now that we have 2 great fairies, that means we can upgrade to level 2 as well. So that is what we're gonna do, get as much of this done as we can. And there we go. She's gonna mention a set bonus here. She was kind of alluding to it before. So we need Zalfos Talons and Hyrule Bass. I have just barely collected enough, so we're gonna do all that. But here we go. Aw, he's a little shy, getting an indirect kiss from a giant woman, but there we go. All right, let's see if, see what comments we get from, I was gonna say, I was gonna leave it for anyone who noticed but yeah, an indirect kiss and a giant woman makes me think of Steven Universe in 2 different ways. But yeah, I don't want to leave anything vague when we're dealing with the Great Fairy. So let's get this last bit here. I don't think we're going to be able to get the climber set fully enhanced, but that is one of my favorite ones to have level 2 because you can just hop around and not use as much stamina. So much easier. It is definitely my favorite set to use when I'm traveling. So we're going to upgrade that to level 2. And I don't think the bandana's even been upgraded to level 1. So we've got a lot of stuff to upgrade here, but we won't have to head back to the ferry for a while. So there we go, we have the rush rooms. But if you saw the pants, they dimmed out, meaning we can't get this set fully upgraded till I get more tail lizards. And good enough reason to go back to the other lab in Hateno if we want to try to get the lizards from that one little forest there. It also looks like I don't have enough fireflies to get the stealth set up. So set bonuses, the climbing one I mentioned, you can jump when you're climbing, use those big old jumps and not use anywhere near as much stamina, so it's very useful for quickly climbing up things. The Zora set, we have that cool spin attack, but also when we're swimming, we can boost just like when we're climbing and running around. But with the set bonus for the 3 Zora pieces, we can now use much less stamina when we're boosting through the water. Might as well, do these as well. And then the other one, the stealth set from Kakariko, the chic-looking set, that one allows us to run more quickly at night when we're wearing that, like a ninja, so that's a cool bonus to get. Unfortunately, the Hylian set does not have a set bonus, so kind of trade it off by being a lot cheaper to upgrade. See you later. Goodbye. So there we go. The better shirt that we have, the Champion's Tunic, unfortunately we can't upgrade that until we've got a piece of a dragon. There are more dragons out in the world than just the one that we saw in Nadra. There's 2 others, and we're going to have to wait until we can get I think it's a claw from one of them, or a scale, and we're going to need to get increasingly more pricey little bits of dragons if eventually we want to try to get the Champion's Tunic upgraded. But I think that's the trade-off for it to being one of the better pieces of armor in the game. Here we are, though, at Tarrey Town, another one of my favorite areas in the game. I think I'm going to swap over to my Zora set here. That sound is a little weird, but it tells you have the set bonus, so we have so much swim speed as well as that swim dash up for using less stamina. But here we are in Tarrey Town, and we've got a goddess statue, a house style that should look familiar because it's our buddy. He's got a different vest on, but this is Hudson from back in Hateno Village. Hey, we meet again. Who are you again? Goodbye. I'm one of Bolson's construction contractors. The name's Hudson. I remember. Me too. What are you doing? Since I've been transferred here, I've decided to build a village from scratch. Every village needs a name, though. I think I'll call it Tarrey Town. Good idea. However, what's wrong? I built a house to store the village supplies in, but there just isn't enough. Enough what? Enough anything. People, money, stuff. I'll help out. But why? There's nothing in it for you. I don't mind. You're a lifesaver. Well, I suppose to get started, we'll need houses for people to live in. We can't invite them until we have homes. Do you think you can bring me 10 bundles of wood? If you bring me that, I can combine it with what I've already got and get started on new houses. So Hudson, with his big old Goron pick there, has been working away. He's got quite a bit built already, but he's going to need our help. So this is a big side quest. I kind of liken it to the Anju and Cafe side quest from Majora's Mask because it is very involved. It is going to require going all the way around this big old land of ours to help him out because he's going to need the help of quite a few people to build this town up. So let me see how much wood we've got. 2 more pieces, and we should be good. Luckily, there's plenty of trees here, so you can kind of just grind out the lumber if you don't have enough to help him. But he's going to need not only a bit of wood, but also some help from different people. So this is one of those quests that we're going to be doing for quite a while progressively as we play through the game, and that should be good enough. We got 1 in case I want to make a bonfire, and yeah, so now we can warp back here, just go to that shrine, and then we can head to Tarrey Town. So let's talk to him. Yeah, hello. Did you bring the 10 bundles of wood? I brought them. Excellent. Can I have them? Sure. You're a lifesaver. Here you go. Got it shining in the morning sun, that cool armor. Well, next is, these boulders are driving me nuts. I want to move them out of the way so we can develop the land underneath. It'd really help me out if you could find someone with enough brute physical strength to bust them apart. Physical strength? Yeah, if we're talking about brute physical strength, and we are, a Goron would be my first choice. Good luck. You'll need it. This seems like a real long shot. Oh, and one last wrinkle. Yeah, in accordance with the official Bolson construction policy, that someone's name must end in son. If you run into anyone that fits with what I've said, send them here to Tarrey Town for me. So there we go. We got our next step of the mission. Now, yeah, we're gonna explore the rest of Akkala later. There's some cool little touches around here because we got this house. The heart on the door, I guess, is a reference to Link to the Past. I didn't realize that at first, and lots of little nods to Ocarina of Time, like the construction workers in general. Bolson has some similarities to the ones from Ocarina and Majora's Mask, but I love their little cubic construction style here. But we're gonna warp back to Zora's domain, and then I'm gonna make my way back up the mountain, and I'll see you guys where we left off to go fight that Lynel. Okay, one last sprint up the waterfall. I don't know how he does it. I guess the armor just has some sort of sweet magic that just busts out his biceps and his swimming muscles. But here we are, right towards the summit of Ploymus Mountain, and I haven't summoned in Wolflink yet, but I'm gonna wait a sec because this is kind of a stealth sneaking mission at first here. We don't actually have to fight the Lynel if we don't want to. We could just sneak around and grab these shock arrows. Shatterback Point this way. Okay, so we're getting close here. Once we get into the fight proper, I'm gonna scan in my buddy, but before that, I don't wanna tip him off that we're here. My Zora set's actually the better set I have right now, weirdly enough, so we're gonna wear that, just kind of show that we're here representing the Zoras. We're their new champion. We gotta be the champion for all the different races now, after what happened. Okay, there he is, walking around. He loves practicing his aim. All these shock arrows embedded in the trees and rocks and everything. Oh, he's suspicious of us. It might be good to, actually, before we get into the scuffle here that is inevitable, I'm gonna switch over. But yeah, we could just go straight, just kind of like the quest of taking the picture. We've already basically completed this one. We could go straight to talk to Sidon at the reservoir, but I'm gonna sneak around a little bit here and see if we, oh, he heard something. I moved a little too quick. All right. Well, I think it's time to summon in my buddy here before he gets wise. All right, here we go. And hopefully he doesn't. Oh, there he is. Okay. Let's get a couple quick hits in before Wolf-Link jumps in and inevitably takes some crazy damage. Here we go. Look out. Get a nice flurry rush on him. Trying to do as much as I can. And hopefully Wolf-Link will survive this battle. I always feel horrible when he doesn't. Yeah, he's almost. Jeez. Well, that wasn't good. Look out. Nope. Okay, he's doing some damage here. Yeah, he just bit him right in his rump. Okay, what do we want to use? Might as well get rid of some of my ancient stuff here since we got so much of it. Ooh, man, that hurt. I'm gonna switch over to my camera. Want to be ready to take a sweet pick to give to the. No, she doesn't need it, but. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Okay. I was gonna say, I'm glad we have fairies. This is not good. He's on the way over. All right, let's see if we can get out of the way. There we go. Man, we went way down the mountain there, and Wolf-Link is gone. I still like taking a picture with Lynels, even if we don't need one. But yeah, that was not the best battle for our buddy Wolf-Link. Get him in the face. Nope. Man, I thought he was gonna dive over. Nope. I'm gonna switch to a better bow, actually, because the Lynel ones actually work pretty good on them. He's taking his out. Uh-oh. No. Do not get shocked or we're dropping this. There we go. I think we're gonna do okay, even with limited hearts here. Should be all right. He turns around. There we go, we got him. And this is a really good time to jump on. I don't think we've done this before, but you don't lose any durability when you hit him, stun him, and then get him with the old back attack. So that's definitely one of the better ways to go if you're gonna fight a Lynel, is try your best to stun him by hitting him with an arrow. Nope. Oh, jeez. That was very risky. Shouldn't have gone for that. Yeah, usually you just kind of want to wait till he goes for one of his fireball attacks because it's a little easier that way. No, it didn't do. I don't know if he. Yeah, he didn't do any damage there because I was already on the ground, luckily. But that is scary when that happens. Oh, jeez. Gonna try to go for a spin attack on him, but it could be risky against him. Yep, he can just smack me. I'm not doing that again. Here he goes. He's gonna hit me with a fire. There we go. We got him. All right, run. If we can get a few hits in, we're doing okay. And as you can see, it's badly damaged, but it's not going to break anytime soon if we only use it for that. Hitting him in the back. He's getting his distance. Oh, jeez. Nope. I thought I had enough time there. One more chug of the old hearty steamed mushrooms. And, oh, gee, I thought I backflipped there. All right, my mistake. Jeez, get off me, buddy. Yeah, this might be a good time to switch to a one-handed weapon, or just one that can do crazy damage. I'm not doing quite as well against this guy as I did against the first Lynel, but you know, sometimes crazy stuff happens, like flying off a mountain. There we go. Fighting him with his own weapon. A little bit better, working out for me. Plus, then I can use a shield to block stuff still. Two-handed weapons are a little dicey, a little risky. I might eat more mushrooms, because yeah, we have any more? We do. My last platter of mushrooms. I'm gonna go for that. Hit him quick, and then if we get in there fast enough, let me see what my strongest weapon is, because this is the time when you just want to bust out something like this and slice him. Here we go. You are dead. And all right. King Dorifon sends his regards as I poke him in his armpit. That's a great picture. I think I love that old one too, but I might replace it. I feel like this one, it's gonna have sentimental value as we get on in the game. All right, we did it. Switch back to a more normal thing here and grab the spoils. We got his hoof, a rare ingredient from his foot, larger and heavier than a horse's hoof. It's useful making elixirs, okay? And we also got his guts. Ugh, do you see it kind of undulating there and beating? Highly sought after ingredient, can only be obtained from a Lynel. It pulses with the vitality of a Lynel, a strength that makes it invaluable as an ingredient for elixirs. His horns, and then I think we're gonna need to make some room here if we wanna keep this stuff, yeah. So long, wooden shield, as well as, I guess I'll get rid of this old Lizalfos bow, because we got cooler stuff here. All right, there we go. I was actually gonna sneak back and grab that, but that didn't work out. the way I planned originally. But now we can just dart all over the trees here, up on the rocks. There are so many shock arrows. Again, the Lynels tend to pick really beautiful places to live. This is a very nice looking area that he's hanging out in. Even though it's a little rainy, it is very, very peaceful and beautiful here. It's got these luminescent stones that the Zora are very fond of. But yeah, if you go all around here, I think I'll probably have maybe double the amount of shock arrows by the time we get out of this area. There are just so many all over the trees and the rocks and everything. So it's a good place to go to stock up. And that Lynel will come back, but with the Blood Moon, of course. But he is always going to be a red-maned Lynel, weirdly enough. So I think it's just because they don't want to make any somewhat required Lynel battle or things like that. If you're one of the people that has trouble with the Lynels out there, then they want to make sure the red one is an option for you. In the one time you really have to confront a Lynel, they made it the first version, which is tough enough. You guys saw I almost bit the dust a few times there, but luckily we've got all these fairies to help me out. Hey, grab that. It's not grabbing it. It's right there, Link. Are we gonna have to do something crazy here and just chop that down? There we go. There's an easier solution. Get some more wood while we're at it. Could use my bombs, but figured. Got the boomerang, go for it. This is a really good view, too. You can see like a huge... There's Mount Lanayru off in the distance. There's a lizard that I could have used. Oh, no. I missed it. That's okay. But yeah, look. Way off in the distance. If it was earlier in the morning, we might have been able to see Nadra flying around, because that is one of the cool things that now that we have saved Nadra is that we can spot the dragons going all over the place. That's one of my favorite parts of this game. Just, you know, minding your own business, doing whatever, and a dragon just flies by through the sky. It's so cool. Okay, so let's grab, yeah, look at all these shock arrows. I want to make sure we're not missing any, but then we're going to head down, and we'll let Muzu know, even though we don't really need to, but we're going to finish up. I think I'm going to have a little snooze so we can get my extra hearts back from being, oh, it went into the rock. But yeah, I'm going to get my extra little hearts and maybe cook some stuff before we head off to the Divine Beast. We are almost at the first big dungeon of the game. We are getting close. Look at all this. This is probably where he just kind of lazes about and blasts that one tree. Something way out there. Let's check this out. Jump at your own risk. So this is Shatterback Point. Look, the Divine Beast is way over there. I don't know if we could actually land on it or if it would just blast us, but we got a crazy view of Zora's domain and the Divine Beast there. Prince Sidon is waiting for us down at the reservoir. I'm gonna kind of glide through so we can get a cool look at this. I feel like we might get in trouble if we tried to land on it, because there's no opening at this point, and this is creepy. It's so huge that it is a little terrifying to confront. But yeah, we're not able to get into the Divine Beast as it is right now, and that's why we need those shock arrows. So let's head on down here, and we'll head back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. Next time, we are headed into the dungeon. I wonder if I could land on this cool fish fin here, the tail. I wonder if there's anything hidden in it. There's so many little secrets. I didn't even know about that shield hidden in the king's chambers that we got at the beginning of the episode. This is really cool looking. It'll be even cooler once we clear out this whole mess with the rain and everything. So that is something that we're gonna do very soon. Next episode, in fact. Oh, I almost ran out of my normal stamina. That's okay. Oh, hey, there we go. Well, good thing I tried going up here. Of course, you know, it'd be a lot easier if you could just climb up here when the rain isn't going, but we got that a little early. Good things go, or come, for people who are curious and look around. There's probably something on the eyes or something, too, as creepy as it is. All right. Thank you guys again. Let's tell Muzu we got the arrows. Oh, nope, he doesn't care. Well, we're here to take a little rest anyway, so thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time. We're going to head over to the reservoir and meet up with Sidon to finish up and do this dungeon. We'll leave you with a blissful waterbed sound to play you out. Thanks again. Goodbye. Oh.